Ed Sheeran is in the building. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm really good. I'm slightly like, I don't really know what is going on at the moment. It's like quite fast paced. I sort of finished the case and then woke up, albums out, promo, fly to Dallas, start the tour, fly to Los Angeles, do American Idol, wake up, be on Red. So I'm in this like I haven't really processed anything yet.
I feel like I've seen you everywhere. I feel like I've seen you in multiple places in just a matter of 48 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I saw you in Dallas, and then I saw you here in American Idol.
Yeah.
How do we feel being as though that the album's officially out?
It feels great. Yeah, it's a kind of it's a different feeling for me because I'm so used to like album campaigns. You start with like a huge pop single and you move into another one, and then the album's this thing. Whereas this album's very much like it's an album about grief, and like that's not something that people are going to like whack on in the gym and then put on just before they go out. So it's very much it's connecting on a different level with my fan base, and I'm really enjoying the. So I guess like musicality of it, and people like telling me that these songs matter rather than just going out and hearing them on the radio or in clubs or whatever. It's like it's a different kind of record.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say, I know you've been really busy and going all over, but have you been able to kind of see what fans are saying and which songs they're gravitating towards?
Well, and I actually didn't get to do that on Equals at all because it was COVID. So actually being doing fan pop-ups and hanging out with them, and then being like, we like these songs, these lyrics matter, this thing, and then like doing a show and having them sing these songs back. It's like really nice to see the connection of it.
I wonder, do you still get anxiety still in the game?
Yes.
Like, you do?
Yes, every day. Every interview. I'm always like, oh,
Really?
what if I say something that someone's going to not like? Or every day.
So before the album comes out, the night before, tell me that feeling that you're feeling at that very moment.
Well, that was the weird thing about this record is I sort of forgot I was releasing it because I was in this court case that was meant to end a week before.
Mm-hmm.
And then it ended the night before. And I woke up and I was like, oh man, the album's out. So there was actually no anxiety there. But yeah, I guess I was anxious. I've had the album finished since last January 2022. Well, no, last
January 2023?
No, when did we hand it in? I guess June.
Okay.
I guess June, yeah, for vinyl. But in terms of like worrying, ever since it's handed in for vinyl, you then go, oh, should I have added more? Should I have done this? Should I have put this song on it? And definitely anxiety. You must get anxiety on the radio,
I have
right?
anxiety all the time.
Yeah, EJ has a lot of anxiety.
I have this inner monologue that's happening in my head constantly. Actually, right now, like, what are you going to ask him next? What's like? Is he going to like the next question?
Just so you know, I'm exactly the same. So we can
So
at least.
we're connecting.
We're good. Yeah, I think you'd be a robot to come on like national radio and not worry about, you're on a massive platform stage and yeah.
You know what's funny? I will do a break on air and I'll think to myself, was that stupid? Like, why did you do that? Why did you say that?
But I bet you the person that you asked it is not thinking that. But they're probably thinking, right, did I say the right thing? Did I do the,
Right. Totally understand.
I know I'm such a fan of the album. I really, really, I'm just such a fan of yours. I've loved all your work. But I watched your documentary over the weekend, and I'd seen the one you did prior, and it was all you in the studio, which I loved. But this one was so different. It was such a different side of you, and
thank you.
It was so nice to get to like see Cherry too, and see your love, and that whole process. I want more. I don't know if there's more coming out.
No, that's it for now. But the guys that made the documentary were very much like they've made music documentaries before where it's like we're in the car to the show and we're backstage at the show and then we're gonna go to this photo shoot and all that, and they were like, we don't want to do that. What we want is for you to trust us. We're gonna film you for this period of time, and what we think is interesting we'll make into a documentary, and just we promise you that we'll be respectful with your story. So when I eventually watched it, it's obviously a super uncomfortable watch for me, but I think it's far more interesting to a viewer to see. Like I don't even see it as a music documentary. It's just a documentary on. So I think it's more interesting for people to not have like a propaganda press package shoved down their throat.
Although getting to see how Bad Habits was how it was like about you were taking your kid out of the crib at the wrong time, and it like was bad habits lead to late nights, and I was like, oh my gosh, I never ever would have thought that.
It's
in my
not
life.
that. I mean, it's not the only inspiration for that song, but definitely like that was like the line came from that.
Yeah,
basically.
it's so good.
Was it hard to give up that control?
Of what? Of
The documentary,
yeah.
when they're like,
well,
hey.
you have to really trust the people that
Right.
and Suits that directed it, I've known him for, I wrote on the first, I've written on a few One Direction albums, but the first two primarily, and he did all the music videos with Ben Winston and everyone. So I'd known him for ages, and so there was like a trust there of, you're not going to screw me over,
Right.
where I think, I don't know, I have it all the time. Like if I'm doing like a magazine interview and you don't really know the journalist, you're like, what is the angle that you're going to do? Is it
Right.
is it going to be positive or is it going to be negative? So I think with, at least with Suits, the guy that made the documentary, I knew that we got on and he wasn't going to mess me around.
All I ask is don't make me look crazy. That's all I ask.
But what if you are crazy?
Well,
because then
listen.
it has to be an accurate representation. Because I watched it and I was like, oh, it sort of paints me out to be like this workaholic who's always like, but that's the thing, that I
That's
am
who
that
you are,
person. Yeah.
right.
So
I do want to say something because you were on air with Ryan Seacrest earlier in the week, and we were all talking about it after you left the studio, because you're not going to say this about yourself. Everybody is so impressed with just how human you are. You walk into a room, you say hi to everybody. You just have this really
Right.
amazing energy, and you make fans every step of the way, and you're just such a humble human being. And so I just want you to know that you are just very impressive as a human.
do you get lots of nightmares turning up then?
No,
I mean, you're a good dude.
What's
You're a
your
really great
what's your
guy.
like horror? You don't have to name the person, but what's your like horror story? If you just remove the name and just say like the like worst interview that you've done. You know, your mind went
Yeah,
to
no,
it then.
did
Your
you
mind
see
went
it?
to
Did
it.
you
Yeah.
see it?
Your mind went to it and you went, can I talk about it? Remove the name and
Okay.
just say like,
Do you want to know?
yeah.
Should I say something? They are two people.
Right.
Yeah. And I'll tell you when the cameras are over.
Cool.
Yeah.
What, a duo?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, we've had somebody eating during an interview before.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Chewing gum.
Yeah.
That's not that bad though.
I
That's
mean,
not-
this is the radio. If you're asking somebody and you're like,
Oh,
But I just want to say, like, you're very above and beyond. And
well,
so,
thank you. I really
yeah.
appreciate it. To be honest, I'm just grateful that, like, honestly, being from England and coming over to America, like, I remember doing all the radio stations and not even getting interviews, just
Right.
like playing pizza parties for whoever, two people would turn up. So it's not lost on me that people are interested and want to put a British person on radio. You know,
Right.
you guys have such a fantastic musical landscape in America. You don't need British music. You've got amazing American music. So I'm happy that, you know, you guys are interested and want to put me on the radio.
absolutely.
I'm excited. I'm going to put curtains on as soon as I can.
Thank you.
Ed Sheeran, everybody. Thank you so much for
Thank
stopping
you
by.
so much for the time.